Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of 365 Days of Gaming. I really appreciate you taking out time to check out this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you in advance. Now, not all of the games that I've shown you on this list have been, quote unquote, good games, right? There have been some ones that people have deemed to be not as good, and I understand that. And I've always tried to show you like the best version of most games, right? But I want to show you a game that means more, not because it's the best version, but because of how I acquired the game and the whole background to it. So I'm going to show you Street Fighter Alpha 2, but I want to show you the SNES version. So let me first and foremost state this. I know that this is probably the worst version of this game. I do not care about it being the worst version of this game. I just want you to understand two things. That one, they put Street Fighter Alpha 2 on the Super Nintendo, okay? Not the Nintendo 64, the Super Nintendo, all right? This game was on the Saturn, not the Genesis. It was on the PlayStation because, that's the only Sony system at the time. It was on the arcades, obviously. It was on the PC, but it was also on the Super Nintendo, a system that came out in 1992, okay? I don't know how they did it, but I know I had the game. And let me tell you how I got this game. So, I was living in Michigan, living with my grandfather, and my grandfather, great man. He knew I liked video games. So every once in a while he would say, hey, would you like to rent a game? And of course, that's all I need to hear. So there was one weekend where they were like, hey, it's going to be a really bad snowstorm. Nobody's going to be able to go outside for real. So, prepare to be inside. So my grandfather's like, hey, you want to rent a game? I'm like, yeah, definitely. So I go to the video store and they did a 2 for $5 special. So I'm like, oh, snaps, because the budget is usually $5, which is reasonable. So I can get 2 games. So I get 2 games. The first one I get, Street Fighter Alpha 2. I see it, my eyes get wide. I know what Street Fighter Alpha series is like. I played the Alpha on PlayStation. I'm like, oh, they got part 2 and it's for my Super Nintendo? Yeah, I need it. I need it now. And then I got another game, Monopoly, because I thought, hey, maybe me be stuck inside the house with my mom and my sister. We can play some Monopoly. My family's big on Monopoly. Then the blizzard happens and the video store is destroyed. So I get a copy of Street Fighter Alpha 2 for my Super Nintendo for the permanent and Monopoly. So I love this game and I understand all of its flaws. Yes, the game loads. Yes, when I say loads, as you see the video, you will see that there will be some unnatural pauses before and after the start of each round. That is not me pausing the game. That is the SNES being pushed to its absolute limit. Okay. Yes, some of the sound effects are not there. I understand that. Some of the animations aren't quite as crisp and some of the combos don't work 100% the way they should. There's a lot more knockback than knockdown. There's no real juggling in the game like the Alpha series kind of did. I understand all of that. I do not care because this is Street Fighter Alpha 2 on the Super Nintendo. It was like the equivalent of putting this on a calculator to me. Like it didn't supposed to exist. And it shouldn't have played as well as it did. So I enjoy this. I had people that would play this and be like, why aren't we playing Marvel superheroes on the PlayStation? And I would say, because my brother doesn't let me play his PlayStation all the time. So we gonna play Street Fighter Alpha 2 on the Super Nintendo instead. And they would go, it was so slow and I don't care. Do not care. Put it on Turbo 2. All right. We're playing this game. I love this game. This is a great game. And I enjoyed this game. Okay. This is one of the many games that were, in the words of my mother, lost in storage. So I don't have possession of it anymore. But this is one of like my prized possessions at one point as a kid, is having this copy for this specific platform. So this is more about the ownership and the memory more so than the quality of the product. OK, I had Akuma, my favorite Street Fighter character, especially at that time, at home. On Street Fighter 2 Turbo or Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, it's not even on the Super Nintendo. You can only play Super Street Fighter 2 on there, and there's no Akuma in that game, okay? All right, Street Fighter Alpha didn't exist for the Super Nintendo, so there's no Akuma for me to play on there. This is my only access to one of my favorite characters. I have to do it, okay? I got Guy in here, okay? Got Gin, got Rolento, This is fantastic for me. Just let it go, okay? This is a great game. Whether you believe it or not, it's a great game. So if you know about this great game, this particular version only, please let me know how much you enjoyed this as much as I did, okay? And if not, I get it. But this is a great game, no matter what you say. No matter how many times it loads and freezes, it's a great game. So I appreciate you letting me tell you how great this game is. As always, y'all have fun. Y'all be safe. Peace.